Sophia was a girl I knew in my area before I got married. I knew her to be a good and well-behaved girl. She called me to help her to get a job. I told her if she can work as an housemaid, that I need one. She said she can do it. I invited her to my place in another city. She boarded a bus coming to the city I lived and finally got to my house. We were living happily. She was doing her job well. She cared for the family, including my mother-in-law. We all liked her and she's hardworking. She swept, cooked, and washed. Because of this, I paid her 3 times her salary. I never thought that my trusted housemaid, Sophia, would betray me in the worst possible way. She had been working for me for 3 years and I considered her as member of the family. But one fateful day, I discovered that she had been secretly dating my husband, John, behind my back. At first, I could not believe it. I thought it was a joke or a mistake. But as the evidence mounted, I realized that my worst fears were true. Sophia had been manipulating John, using her charm and beauty to seduce him. And John, foolish and weak, had fallen for her tricks. I was devastated. My marriage was crumbling before my eyes, and I felt like I had lost my best friend. I confronted Sophia and she denied everything. But I knew the truth. I fired her on the spot, but the damage was already done. John and Sophia continued their affair, got her an apartment, and soon they were living together. I was left alone, heartbroken and humiliated. But as time passed, I began to see the truth. Sophia was not the innocent victim she had pretended to be. She was a master manipulator, using her feminine wiles to get what she wanted. And what she wanted was John's money and status. She had no real feelings for him. She was just using him to upgrade her life. But John, blinded by his lust and ego, couldn't see it. A year later, Sophia and John's relationship began to crumble. She had gotten what she wanted, but she was bored and restless. She started cheating on John and he was devastated. He realized too late that he had made a grave mistake, and he came crawling back to me, begging for forgiveness. But I had moved on. I had found a new love, a kind and gentle man who truly cared for me. And Sophia, she was left alone, regretting her actions and the pain she had caused. She had snatched my husband, but she had lost herself in the process. In the end, I pitied Sophia. She had let her ambition and greed consume her, and now she was paying the price. I, on the other hand, had found happiness and peace, and I knew that I would never let anyone or anything snatch it away from me again. Sophia tried to reach out to me to apologize and make amends, but I was unforgiving. I had moved on and I didn't want to revisit the past. She was left alone with no one to turn to, and she realized too late that she had made a grave mistake. As the years went by, Sophia's life began to unravel. She had lost the one person who truly cared for her, and she was left with nothing but regrets. She tried to solace in other relationships, but they were all shallow and unsatisfying. She was haunted by the memory of what she had done, and she could not escape the consequences of her actions. One day, Sophia appeared at my doorstep looking worn and weary. She begged for my forgiveness and she told me that she had spent years trying to make amends, but she could not find peace. I looked at her and I saw the depth of her sorrow, and my heart softened. I forgave her, not for her sake, but for mine. I didn't want to carry the burden of resentment anymore. Sophia wept and she thanked me, and for the first time in years, she felt a sense of peace. She realized that she had given a second chance and she vowed to make the most of it. She started volunteering at a local charity and she found a sense of purpose in helping others. She never forgot what she had done, but she learned to live with it and she made amends in the best way she could. As for me, I was grateful that I had found forgiveness in my heart. I had moved on. I had found happiness, but I knew that I would always carry the scars of the past with me. I hoped that Sophia would find happiness too, but I knew that it would take time. She had to learn to forgive herself, and that was a journey she had to take alone. Years later, Sophia and I crossed paths again. She was working at the charity and I was visiting as a donor. She looked different, older and wiser, but her eyes still held a hint of regret. We talked and she told me about her work and the people she had helped. I was proud of her that she found forgiveness and healing. I also knew that she had finally found her purpose in life. As we parted ways, Sophia smiled and embraced me, and I could feel the genuine warmth and gratitude in her gesture. Thank you for being a part of my journey, she whispered. You helped me find my way. I smiled back, feeling a sense of closure and joy. We had both come a long way since that fateful day on the roadside, and I knew that our chance encounter had been a turning point for both of us. As I walked away, I felt a sense of hope and renewal, knowing that sometimes the most unexpected encounters can lead to the most beautiful and transformative experience. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos.